New Year's resolutions.
Oh, jeez.
You know, it's funny. You and I we've been together almost 20 years now, and we've never talked New Year's
Well,
resolutions.
I do say to you every New Year's Eve, hey, do you have a New Year's
Yeah, I
resolution? And you
guess
always
so.
say, no, I don't believe in resolutions.
Okay, why do I say that?
I don't know. Why do you say that?
Because
I never got that answer.
everybody's New Year's resolution tends to deal with, I got to start exercising,
Lose
right?
weight,
Yeah,
exercise.
it's one of those two things.
Yeah. Stop
Well,
drinking.
okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, so I don't have any of those. I got lots of problems,
Well,
but I don't have those
neither do I,
problems.
but I
Okay,
still make resolutions.
okay, but I've told you I need an unresolution because you're always on me. You exercise too
Well, you're
much.
obsessive.
I
You
am,
need
I'd
to
say, obsessive compulsive,
unobsess.
right?
Unobsess.
Like crazed, and my body is always in some stage of injury
Well,
right
you're
now.
always icing your knees and
Okay,
your
my
back and
right
your
knee right now is going crazy, and I'm
we got
icing it all
ice packs
night.
all over the house. Yeah,
You know, we
need
got
to
it.
That's your resolution. No more
Ice
ice
miracle
packs.
cure. It's the miracle
Miracle cure.
Well, it just is. It saves me, but
I
I've
know.
got them on my shoulders, but I've
I know.
always got them
Every
on my
night.
knee.
Every
But I
night.
always tell you that I do an hour of cardio every day, I don't take a day off. And you say you should take a day off. I never take a day off.
Well, he's obsessed, so it's
Okay.
hard to take a day off when
All
you're
right.
obsessed with
So
something.
is there such a thing as an unresolution?
I think you just created it.
Okay.
You created the
what's wrong with you?
unresolution.
Are you
And-
mad at our
and
producer?
Here,
Tyler?
here's
I think she
give you a little
wants
treat. Here, hang on, Hazel. Here, I'll give you a little bone.
She
Okay.
doesn't like any other
Okay.
humans, and our producer Tyler is nearby, and she's
Oh,
not
it's okay. Go
happy
sit
that
down.
he's here. She's eyeing him
It's okay.
suspiciously,
It's okay.
and if I let her run,
No, that would be bad.
she would
No.
attack
Yeah.
because she is the warrior princess
It's
Hazel.
okay.
I know she looks fairly tame and sweet
Innocent.
right now and innocent, but no, she's not. Trust me, she is a psycho. When she attacks, she goes full out fearless. We're going to talk about her in just a second. But
Anyway, back to the resolution.
do you have a resolution?
I have a bunch of them. I always come back to, since I was, a psychic once told me I'm the mother to the world.
Yes.
Trying not to take care of everyone else and take care of myself better than taking care of other people.
Yeah.
Which I always do. I always worry about other people over me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. The other is to stop saying yes to things when I really don't want to do something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll say yes. Do you want to go here with somebody? Okay. And then I'm like, oh God, why did I say yes? So to just think before I say yes.
Okay, so every time I propose going somewhere, am I going
Then
to
I
get a
dread
no?
it. Then I dread it the morning. Why did I say yes? No, not really you. I can say I don't feel like going.
And I
But
do get that
right
often.
sometimes. Those are my two.
Okay, good. All right. So we haven't talked about this one, and I'm going to bare my soul on this one.
Okay.
So I grew up in a weird neighborhood in Oklahoma City because it was this hybrid neighborhood of poor and middle class. And the poor, there were lots of streets over on sort of the left side of the neighborhood that were all 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses built right after World War II. Mm-hmm. And they housed some families that would qualify as white trashy to me.
Right.
With tough, rough, hellion kids that I went to grade school with at Mayfair Grade School. And then if you crossed a street called Grand Boulevard, there were a couple of new housing additions that were just starting, one called Treadwell Hills. And in those, they were building these new, bigger houses, not huge houses, but
fancy.
But for the time, fancy for those days. And all of a sudden, so our classes would have some kids who were middle, you might even go to upper middle class, and a whole lot of kids who, if I may, they were white trashy.
Okay.
And I was somewhere in the middle because my dad ran this sort of hole-in-the-wall barbecue restaurant, and some days we had some money and some days we didn't have any. But by the time I was 5, we had enough money that my mom and dad, she worked at the restaurant also, they thought we could afford the mortgage to build a new house across Grand Boulevard that was a grand total of 3 bedrooms and 2 baths.
Well, that was big
because they wanted to have one more kid. There was my brother who's 2 years younger, and then they had my sister who's 7 years younger than I was.
Right. So
I'm going to school, grade school, with with a lot of tough, delinquent type kids.
Right.
In those days, they used the word punk to like they were punks.
Right.
That they just weren't good kids.
Yeah.
But I hung out with them.
Yeah.
I liked them, and I played sports with and against them.
Right.
Well, they all had foul mouths, and so I grew up with the foulest mouth. I was listen. If you wanted to trash talk on the playground or in somebody's backyard playing
On the
football,
playground.
well, seriously.
7 years old.
Okay, well, I was a
talking.
big trash
Oh my
talk.
God.
Well, I was.
This is like something out of the Charlie Brown episode or something.
No, it was way beyond. This is more X-rated. But I knew all the words when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. All the F words, all the MF words.
Yeah.
I knew all the bad words.
Yeah.
In those days, and it's a long time ago, but I'm spitting them out all over everywhere. Especially,
you don't even know what you're saying.
No, but in the backyard games, we would really get into it, and there'd be. I told you, I fought my way home from Mayfair grade school.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times. I was always into it with somebody, and there's always a lot of foul language going. So, look, people.
Is this something to do with the resolution?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering where we're going. Okay.
You know where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the point is that I feel bad because even though I believe in God, I do go to church, I still use foul language too much. But the weird thing is, I never use it outside of our house. I only use it with you, and I mostly only use it when we fight.
That is true.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to get your attention and alert you, signal you that I'm really mad about this. I'm about to blow.
It's called fighting with somebody.
Okay, but I need to use a word to signal you, hey, back off because I'm about to go here.
I'm about to blow, so I'm going to use an F word.
Okay.
That's
and
like
yet,
crazy. But
I don't like it. I don't like myself for doing it. And every
I
time
don't like when you do it.
Okay, every time it spills out of my mouth, I'm like, what am I doing? Because I'm better than this. Because what I've always thought about cursing is that you can do better than that. Like those words are so handy. They're so easy. And everybody uses the F word as an adjective and as a noun.
Right.
And it's F you or it's effing this or effing that. And it's just lazy because you can do better. And now I feel like because for the first 15 years I knew you never cursed, rarely.
Very rarely.
And now it seems like lately, since we've been in LA, that you've started to curse more.
Maybe since I moved to LA.
Maybe
that brings it out of me.
Okay.
Because the LA world
and New York doesn't?
New York is different.
Yeah.
LA, it's insanity out here every day. So maybe that's why I started cursing more. I don't know.
Okay.
But
so
sometimes I walk around the house just cursing my head off, or I go outside. It's not like I'm a sailor.
No, but you do use it more.
I do use it more.
Like, wow.
I do.
Ernestine just cursed.
But that's not one of my resolutions to give that up.
Okay.
That's your resolution.
It's my resolution because I'm ashamed of it.
Okay.
I admit it.
All right, that's
and
a good resolution.
I'm better.
Okay.
And I've actually, as crazy as it sounds, I actually pray for the strength to not curse. Like,
well, that's okay.
Like purify my tongue, take it out, because I always tell you the words that come out of your mouth, they go out there and they have impact because you can speak something into existence, right?
Yes, they're terrible.
Okay, so my New Year's resolution, after you said I was telling too long of a story, you have to know my background to know that I want to stop it. And yet, I don't know if I'm capable because I've done it since I was 5 years old, and I don't know if
But you only do it to me.
Yeah, that's true. Because all my friends will tell you when I play golf, I might mutter something under my breath, but the guys I play golf with at Brentwood Country Club, I'll go 18 holes. I don't. My friend Ryan, my friend Denny, maybe they've heard little things under my breath, but I never would just in casual conversation say effing this or F that, or I just don't say it.
You wait and you store it up for me.
I do. But
I must bring something out of you that's just a cursing.
That's our communication language. You know, that's our fighting language. To me. Maybe it's how I unburden myself is to say those words and it spills out.
You get a therapist to write in and respond to that.
She hears a lot of words if I'm watching a game, because she'll never watch a game with me.
I do hear you yelling. No. Wait, you're. This is totally not.
Okay, but I yell it at the TV.
I'm across the house, and I can hear you. If your team is losing, you're yelling
And she doesn't care at all.
MF,
Yeah,
blah,
well,
blah,
I can.
blah.
I'm
Right.
capable.
And I call my sister immediately. I go, oh, God, just be glad you're not here. Because
I know,
that's
but
what
I'm
I
not
say.
yelling at you. I'm yelling at the
I know
television.
you're yelling
at the
it,
Dallas Cowboys.
but still, it's very upsetting if you hear somebody yelling your
Okay,
head
I'm
off,
just
blah,
trying to.
blah, blah.
I'm just trying to unburden myself. I'm trying. If I scream those words at the TV, I get it out
I
of
know,
me.
but I'm
I
hearing
got to
them
get
on
the
the other
demons
side, and
out
it's
of
just
me.
like I got to run because this is like explosive.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
poor Hazel has to put up with it.
okay. So that's my promise to you, quote unquote.
Okay.
My vow
Resolution.
to you, my resolution to
Okay.
you is I'm not going to curse anymore.
Okay. We'll see
At
how long
home.
that lasts.
We will.
Okay.
Like 34 seconds.
Right.
I might curse before this is over. What's wrong with you?
But you still curse at the
Everything's
games.
okay.